But literally, he does believe sometimes that you've been in the bathroom for the entire day. and I don't talk him out of it. I don't know if that's a good thing, a bad thing. It feels like an early morning podcast. I mean, it feels like it's 6 in the morning.
Well, how late were we up? 12:30?
I stayed up till like 1:15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know why we did that. We went to a corporate restaurant last night, and we rarely do that. And I feel like it just like, I don't know. It felt like it made the rest of the night feel like strange. I don't know why. It's weird.
2 beers and a salad. And more than 2 beers.
I just feel like we were in such different surroundings that it made the rest of the night just feel very strange. Not in a bad way, just totally different. Like, we're so into just going to like these mom and pop beach places.
Yeah. And
we go to this more corporate joint, and it was cool. I mean, the food was good, but it was just like, I don't know, it was like weird. I felt like we were in like a different city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was really kind of strange.
Well, still nice to get out of the house.
Yeah, no, it was good. If you get these podcasts on Facebook, that is going away. I'm not even sure that you even get this. But Facebook is discontinuing their podcast platform. So if you want to keep getting the podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Audio, Apple Podcasts. I mean, everywhere there's podcasts. Spotify, I think maybe I said Spotify, whatever. But there's a million of them, and this is pretty much on all of them. But unfortunately, Facebook is the podcast thing just didn't work out for Facebook, so they're canceling it. And I don't even know that you'll get this update on it, but we got an email this morning. Facebook sent out this thing, and that's it. So,
which is a bummer.
Yeah, Facebook made it so easy to get podcasts because it was like a post. Yeah. Like, you would send out a podcast and it would basically show up as a post, and so you could listen directly from Facebook. Now you're going to have to go, and you know how like a lot of podcast people are like, yo, please subscribe, please subscribe. Well, this is the reason why. Yeah. Because before Facebook, you'll be notified if you subscribe when there's a new one out. If you're not subscribed, well, what happens is you never get the notification, and inevitably people usually just forget about those podcasts because you don't get notified and people are busy, and I get it. Right. So I do think it's annoying, though, when podcast people are like, subscribe, but now I sort of get it, because now you're dependent on these other platforms. But it also goes back to a quote, never build your thing on rented land, and that's what happens, So Facebook makes a decision and it changed. I read some stuff this morning. There are people, there are like not just people, but brands, organizations that built a really healthy Facebook podcast audience, and it's gone. They literally woke up this morning and they're like, sorry, we're not doing this anymore.
That's terrible.
Well, but those people, if you put all your eggs in that basket, like I said, don't build your empire on rented land because you're giving the control to other people. So
I don't even feel like Facebook gave it that long.
It was a little bit less than a year.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm surprised because audio is booming right now. Like, digital audio is booming. Like, it's just, it's like the streaming of like terrestrial TV is going down the tubes. Terrestrial radio is going down the tubes. It all went to streaming and digital. And so, yeah, I'm surprised too that Facebook didn't give it more of a chance. But they just couldn't compete with Apple and Spotify, and all of that. So,
well, we said 100 episodes by your birthday, and your birthday is next week.
We'll be close. This is 91. Yeah, we'll be really, really close. So that's super cool, and we've met some great people along the way. Really cool people. People that we just wouldn't have met. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I feel like some of the messages, and you predominantly go through the messages and stuff, but even people saying, hey, thanks for this, thanks for that. We're new to autism. And I
got a message last night. It's nice.
Yeah, right? It's kind of neat to give somebody an avenue to just send a message, and it's like, great to connect, and people all over the country, the world, really. So it's cool.
Well, and there's so much learning with this. Like, if your kid's just been diagnosed,
Yeah.
We're a year and a half in.
We're a year and a half in, and I'll tell you, I feel like there's learning. There's also relearning. Yeah. Like, there's stuff that we originally thought, and now we're like, yeah, that was all wrong. We had to go back and, Yeah. We were talking about last night, it's a little foggy, but we were talking about, it was his memory. like the things that so sometimes you don't know where he is. Like you were talking about, like he doesn't have a concept of time.
Oh yeah.
And it's true because sometimes you'll go, like a week ago, I think you had like 6 to 8 back-to-back clients. You were gone for like, I don't know, maybe 7 hours or something.
Yeah.
The entire time he said, "Mommy's in the bathroom. Mommy's in the bathroom." And I probably 6 months ago would have been like, "No, mommy's at work. Mommy's with her clients," like that. Then what I've come to realize is he's okay with you being in the bathroom for 6 to 7 hours. It doesn't bother him.
Yeah.
But then we sort of think that he also probably just doesn't have that concept of time because during those 6 to 8 hours, whatever, he's gone on a bear hunt, which is he's got involved with this video and they literally walk through the woods and they're looking for bears and they see all these other creatures. It's like an adventure. But he actually goes there.
In his mind.
It's hard to explain, but he kind of leaves. I mean, his body's there.
Yeah.
But he kind of leaves. He goes on these bear hunts. It's also the same thing with the sharks when he goes on these underwater adventures.
Right.
He's kind of not there, but he's there. And so then he comes back and doesn't realize that time kept going.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's 2 hours later and he'll sort of just look at me and go, "Mommy's in the bathroom." And I'm like, "Yes, mommy's in the bathroom."
Yeah.
And I know
it makes him happy.
It does, because he's like happy with, he went on his bear hunt. He sort of came back. Mommy's in the bathroom. It's really weird.
But you can see him
really
thinking.
Weird, but it's, what's that?
You can see him thinking. Like you can see that his mind's somewhere else.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? You can see him kind of drifting off to there, but then you can also sense him sort of coming back from the bear hunt.
Yeah.
It's like the metaverse, but it's real. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, it's like he does go, but then he does come back. I know that sounds crazy, and it even feels crazy to say it, but like sometimes he's just on a bear hunt, and then he sort of comes back and he doesn't see you, and he's like, "Oh, mommy's in the bathroom." But that makes him feel good. But literally, he does believe sometimes that you've been in the bathroom for the entire day. And I don't talk him out of it. I don't know if that's a good thing, a bad thing. I mean, at some point, yes, we're going to want to steer him to like, look, people don't go to the bathroom for 8 hours, but right now's not the time.
He doesn't know it's 8 hours, though. I don't think he has a concept of time.
I know, but I think at some point we want him to understand that no, mommy is somewhere else,
right?
Or daddy's, at the sports fields with the kids. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know.
But why make him upset?
No, yeah.
By correcting him.
Right, because I don't want to disrupt whatever. It's almost like he feels good that he thinks he knows where you are, and that allows him to go off into his bear hunt or his underwater adventure or sitting on the wall with Humpty Dumpty or Hickory Dickory Dock or all the other stuff. I mean, it's like the transition from him being present to then going off into that other world is very good right now, very peaceful.
Yeah.
Like his coming and going in that is not blocked or rigid or whatever. It just happens. It's natural. And I'm like happy about that.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I mean, you can see that his mind's going somewhere else, and it's cool to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that he's using his imagination, but sometimes he is totally there and not in the present moment.
You can almost tell physically, like his body is there too, like the stuff that he's doing with his body.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's on the bear hunt. I mean,
he can completely block everything out.
100%.
And I mean, you can talk to him, and if you're really trying to get him to answer a question, you have to say it more than once, and he is listening, and he will eventually answer.
Sometimes he will answer a question like many minutes later.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of keep up with what you... And that's the other thing, too, and I get on the kids like this sometimes, you can't overload him with questions.
No.
Because he will go through and process them eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so...
He gets to it when he gets to it.
Right, but if you stack them and overload them, then it's actually going to make your life harder because then you have to keep up with what you asked and what he's trying to tell you. You know, he'll get to it.
Right.
You know, it's just he'll decide. I mean, if he's on a bear hunt, he's not going to tell you what he wants for dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
yeah, it's weird to say, but it's true.
I mean, we were talking last night. I don't know if I'm sad about it or jealous of the skill to be able to go off You know, like I would like right now to just, I don't know, venture off to Turks and Caicos. That would be awesome. I really can't do it. At least I can't do it to make myself believe I actually did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the point where I come back and I'm like, oh, cool, Melissa's been in the bathroom for 8 hours, but I was sitting at the tiki bar in Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
What a great day I've had. Like, I can't do it. He does it. I mean, he's there. That's his world. That's his life. I mean, it's weird. I wish we could understand it. We can't. And, you know, we never will, but it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder where he goes, what he does. What does the world look like to him? One day he sort of was like in this, I don't know, the autism verse, metaverse, autistic verse. I don't know what I'll call Autoverse. And he came back, but he was scared.
Yeah.
He said it was really scary.
He just did that recently.
Yeah. He went somewhere that he didn't really like. And that's when I get sad for him because, you know, you want to tell him he's okay and everything's okay. You know, you don't know where he went and what he did, but it did scare him.
I know. He had a meltdown.
Yeah. It's almost like a nightmare, but you're awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's less though than normal. That's not normally what it's about for him.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's usually good things, positive things.
Oh yeah.
It seems like he likes it wherever he goes and everything. But this I remember this was some type of a hunt, and he said it was scary.
Yeah.
So he didn't like what he was doing.
Yeah. Usually he likes it though.
My
it's
tiki
fun.
bar on Turks and Caicos will always be awesome. It'll never be scary.
But you can't even go there.
I can physically go there. I can get on a plane and go there. Now that's a little hard to facilitate right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're going to need to be here for 5, 6, 7 weeks alone.
5, 6, 7 weeks. Give
I'm
me a
not
break.
going there for a week or two to Turks
my
and
God.
Caicos.
You're insane.
I need to understand what it's all about.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so we were talking about that. That's why I've said before, like, I don't know. I mean, I am going to guide him to become an awesome sports gambler because his memory is insanely awesome and acute. Like, and dude, I'm telling you, that's sports gambling. You've got to remember the patterns.
He remembers everything.
The tendencies of these teams, these players and everything. I am going to turn him into the most unbelievable sports gambler. What are they going to do? Are the casinos going to say, oh, you can't gamble here because you're autistic? Yeah, right. That's not going to happen.
No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. So he's going to be the first multi-millionaire autistic sports gambler.
Good.
Because he remembers everything. But then somebody will get mad, right? Somebody will be like, it's not fair. It's like, oh, it's not fair.
Well, he has a superpower.
Well, it's like Elon Musk, right? Everybody loved Elon Musk when he's like, hey, I'm autistic and, you know, I'm a billionaire and I'm conquering the world and everything like that. Now he buys Twitter and he's like, hey, I just want everybody to be equal and have free speech, and everybody hates him.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what happened when everybody loved him because he was autistic and he was breaking down all these barriers? Well, y'all threw that out real quick.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't keep up with that stuff.
Yeah, well, I didn't really care about Elon Musk in the beginning, but then he went on Saturday Night Live and he said, yeah, I have autism. And I'm like, whoa, that's impressive to know that.
Yeah.
You know, but now it's funny. Now since he said it, I'm like, oh, I totally get it. Like even the way his mannerisms when he talks and he kind of has this processing look about him when he's speaking. And I'm like, oh, I totally get it now. You know, obviously, you know, very high functioning and, but you know, only a guy like that, you know, would come up with a company and name it the Boring Company. One of his companies was called the Boring Company.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, one of their first products they made was a flamethrower. That is not boring, but just the way he thinks is just great. I mean, it's just great.
That's funny.
All these rockets he's building, and I mean, it's just crazy.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. So, you know, I think it's good for I look at people like that, and I said, well, you know, I wonder what his mom and dad thought growing up. I'm sure there were some challenges. You know, I'm sure there were some challenges. And look what he became. Did they ever believe that, hey, our son Elon is going to become the richest man in the world? The world.
That's crazy.
The country, your state, the richest man in your state is unbelievable. The country, unbelievable. The world, you can't even fathom that. I can't even understand that, you know?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And like, you know, you watch him talk and it's like, dude, this guy's not doing it for the money. That guy would be happy making $50,000 a year. You know, as long as he was doing what he loved.
Exactly.
So
yeah, was his parents wondering what elementary school he was going to go to, the right class? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
enough therapies.
Did they have an IEP meeting for Elon Musk? Like, I'd love to know if all that stuff happened.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, did he get ABA? Like, you know what I mean? Like, did he love Funyuns as much as Cal does? I mean, I don't know. I just that it's kind of an interesting dynamic. Like, I wonder what it would. I would actually love. I mean, it's obviously none of our business, but I would love it if he had like a full breakdown one day of how his life went
journey
like, in regards to autism.
Yeah.
Like, I want, you know what I mean? Like, I just was he when was he officially diagnosed? Like, did he do therapy?
Is he a picky eater?
Yeah, all the stuff that we, I mean, did he get potty trained when he was 8? I mean, just
did he flap, and learn not to?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It'd be an interesting, I mean, like I said, obviously it's none of our business, but if he ever was, going to share that, boy, that would be an interesting, that's like something I would pay to watch.
Yeah,
if he's, Elon's journey with autism or something, I would, I would pay whatever it would be to pay, for that. So,
I like it.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just off in Turks and Caicos for a second. I was feeling pretty good.
I just called an autism school this morning.
Oh, is that them calling you back?
No, that's just a client.
What do you mean an autism school?
There's a school. I mean, it's called Autism Inspired.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out different schools still.
Yeah. That's the never-ending journey.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like his schedule right now, but
I do too.
I know.
And
but
he likes it, I think, because he's getting some variety.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'll keep it as it is. I don't know. It's just literally, it's a constant struggle.
Yeah, well, the 3-day school, like his public school's over in a week and a half.
I know. I'm just thinking about kindergarten and constantly changing, what's best. That's where my mind is all the time.
Well, that's sometimes your mind has to, we could learn a lot from autistic kids of just being able to just venture off. I think we call that meditating. I'm such a horrible meditator. I don't know that I've ever really tried it like the way you're supposed to do it. But sometimes they're like, close your eyes, think of real positive things.
Yeah.
And I usually do it when I'm laying in the pool with a bush light. And I know that's not really the same as meditating because they probably want you to have a green tea or like some cucumber water and really think of super positive things. And I'm usually laying in the pool, with a cold beer and thinking about football or something. That's as close as I get to meditating. But it's really never relaxing for me. Like, I never get out of it and go, whoa, what an experience. I sort of just go, that was dumb.
Yeah.
But we could learn.
Well, your meditating is also on the football field.
Yeah.
Because that's all you're thinking about is the game.
That's true. You're right. Actually, you're right. That is kind of my disappearing when I drift off. It's all I think about.
It's good.
When I'm coaching. Yeah, no, it's great. It really is. I think if you're really doing your job as a coach, a good job, like you're fully present in the moment. Like you're not thinking about some of the dads, and it's not their fault. It's just, everyone's got stuff going on. You could tell some of them are sort of half in it, like there's one dad, I don't know what he does or whatever, but he's obviously very tied to his work, his career, whatever, constantly checking his phone.
Yeah.
During the games.
Oh, wow.
Like running over, looking at it, like real quick responses and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I couldn't do it. Like I want to be all in,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's your time to relax.
Yeah, it really is.
Focus on the kids,
Focus
the
on
game.
football. Yeah, it's good. We had a great game Monday.
Austin has a game tonight.
Yeah. It's kind of stressful just being a spectator with her, but it's also kind of nice. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's good for you. You're going to be at the football field tonight for 3 hours?
Yes.
Jeez Louise.
Yes. 4:45 to whatever, 7:30-ish.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And all the kids want to stay.
Worst places to be,
kids.
man. I'm happy to be out there. It is a long time.
Yeah, that is like your mental break, though.
It is. It's just being out there with the kids, playing sports, and watching them do their thing, and they love it. Like I'm lucky because, they beg us to play. Some parents out there, and it's not for everybody, but they're there. They're making their kids play.
Oh, yeah. No, our kids are begging to play.
So it's like I'm going somewhere where it's like they are. Actually, I don't know that they would want to be anywhere else. Like if you told our kids, hey, you want to go to football practice tonight or go watch a movie? Like go to the movies. They wouldn't even think about going to the movies.
Yeah.
A restaurant, not even close. Do you want to go hang out with your friends at their house? Nope. The beach? Nope. Do you want to just sit in the pool and chill? Nope. Hey, I'll make you a deal. We won't go to football practice. You can miss school tomorrow. Nope. I want to go to practice.
Yep.
It's like...
They're serious about it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's just it's great. Like, so lucky in that regards, because it's, selfishly, it's also we love sports too, you and I, and the competitive factor. So it's easy to be there. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool.
It's a lot of fun to watch him.
It really is. Yeah. And the whole competitive thing, learning those good lessons now, it's cool. And by the way, it's been socially very beneficial for Cal as he's learning to be in big groups. The
cheering.
Yeah, like it's the unplanned, unpredictables, when I was trying to say, the unpredictable cheering and noises and the whistles of the referees and all that stuff. You know, it's like, that's real. Those are things that are going to happen in real life. And he's just learning to be in that scene, which is, I think, really been good. If you think back, you probably haven't thought about it, because I just thought about it a couple days ago. He was way different like a year ago at those fields.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Way different. He would demand to go to the park. He didn't want to sit and watch the games. Totally different now.
Well, and at the beginning, we had to take his ABA therapist several times to get him used to sitting in the wagon.
Yeah, I think that helped too.
Yeah.
I think that helped.
All right, time to go.
All right, time to go. Thank you, Aspire Nutrition. You can see our Aspire Nutrition products, the probiotics and nutrients that we are all on and that are helping Cal's little autism tummy heal itself. I would encourage you to do the research between gut health and brain health as it pertains to autism. And Aspire Nutrition started their company with their products and nutrients because their child was diagnosed just before he turned 3. You can get that link at dailyautism.com. Also, the other ways to get the podcast, because like we mentioned in the beginning, Facebook is saying good night to podcasts. You can also link to some of the other podcast platforms, our channels there at dailyautism.com. All right, let's go.